Today, I'm focusing on family, men working to support families, stepping in to mentor and rally behind dads and moms and their children, unsung heroes, one who I've not only had the pleasure to meet and to read his very timely and refreshing memoir in black and white, published 2012, chronicling his experiences as a teen growing up in inner city Baltimore and graduating from St. Paul's Preparatory School, but an unsung single father generous enough to meet with me and chat with me about the work that he does in the Philadelphia area. L.T.Woody was a recipient of a 2013 Driving Fatherhood Excellence Award from the Maternity Care Coalition. He has served as a role model to others as the male involvement coordinator at the Children's Hospital of Pennsylvania's Early Head Start program. He most recently is a case manager and parent educator at Focus on Families, in addition to being a contributing writer for the Philadelphia Tribune and newswork.org contributing writer as well. It was there where he happened to write this article, actually, that I happened to come across. The title was Struggling Fathers Must Learn to Trust Service Systems to Benefit Their Children. It was that article that caught my attention, and it prompted our chat on the importance of men playing these large, often unsung roles in supporting families and our communities.
I deal with fathers a lot. Very often, the men are going to call me because they have a custody issue, they have a child support issue. Somehow they're dealing with the courts. So for most families, if DHS is involved, if courts are involved, there's something going on that probably needs to be addressed. Occasionally, I'll get calls from other agencies who refer men to me. But generally, people know that they've got problems if needs for the children aren't being met. The courts are interested in making sure that there's food and shelter, schooling, medical, those three things. If something's wrong with any of those, then somebody's got to be called or somebody's probably going to get called. So then we'll hear from them. A great thing is that a lot of the services that are available are free. That's like the amazing thing. If everybody knew that, they probably would access them quicker. Our program, Focus on Families, we offer a relationship class. We had parenting for fathers, but we recently suspended that. But all of our services are free. We also offer case management. All of our services are free. The Maternity Care Coalition, same thing. They help people with cribs. They help people with getting baby clothes, diapers, all that. It's all free. Almost everything that PHMC, which is our parent organization, almost everything they offer is free. ChildLink, Elwin. If the families, are at a certain economic level, then they probably qualify for the services.
So you have to be at a certain economic level. In other words, you have to make a certain amount of income or under a certain amount of income?
Yeah. Generally, you have to be maybe below the poverty level. I'm not sure what that number is. But the thing is, these are social services. Anyone can access them. Almost, you're going to have to be, Bill Gates before they're going to say no. Generally, if you're in trouble and you need the help, there's somebody that's going to help you for free. I'm a case manager. I deal with men one-on-one.
Okay.
So very often, someone said to me once, "You're like a father to the fathers," and that's fairly accurate. A lot of the things that I'm telling these men are things that perhaps no one ever said to them before. So it's a mentoring sort of thing, and it certainly feels that way for them. It doesn't feel like that way for me so much. I'm doing my job, but I know that we develop personal relationships. So generally, I'm doing a fair amount of mentoring. We have what's called a Remix, which is a relationship education class. It's unique. DHS is just thrilled with it. The courts are just thrilled with it. And basically, they're ordering the male and the females in relationships to take a class to help them with communication skills, learning about discipline, learning about values, that sort of thing. I teach that class. I'll be teaching that class tonight, as a matter of fact. That's been very helpful to people, and it's free.
All right. Well, share from us a success story.
Oh, I've got a lot of them, but one of my favorite is, I met a guy who was in our parenting class with the men, and he had been trying to get his kids back for 3 years. His kids were in foster care. This guy was Vietnamese, and he had just been going through the courts, everything he could think of. And uh, I happened to go to the parenting class, and he came up to me afterwards and asked me if I could help him. And I listened to him, and a couple things jumped off right at the bat. I knew that um, one of the problems is he was being discriminated against. People had problems with him because he was Vietnamese. And then the other thing was he had a horrible lawyer. So I told him we need to get rid of that lawyer. And we actually didn't have to do it. She recused herself because he asked for a new lawyer, so she didn't want to do it anymore. And I would go to court with him, and I basically explained. And he's lived in America a long time, but he just had a lot of the social workers are women, and his culture, kind of hard to explain, but they just don't look at women exactly the same. So he would yell at them, things like that. He would point his fingers, and they don't like that stuff. I said, God, these are women with degrees. You can't do that. And so we had to sort of teach him how to behave in court, how to dress for court, how to conduct himself in court. He tried for 3 years to get his children back. We got him back in 3 months. Wow. I was thrilled about that. And he's an outstanding father.
Oh,
I mean, in his neighborhood, people bring their kids over for him to watch. He's just an outstanding father.
Meeting outstanding individuals in our communities, being involved, supporting family, reading their stories, and sharing their stories is an integral part of social responsibility.